Oh, hey! So today we're going to work on the enclosure for the panels. Now, I thought since the panels were even metric, 320 by 160 millimeters, metric equivalents, that I would go ahead and build the enclosure as using metric dimensions. Let me show you what I came up with. It's a little embarrassing. I don't know what happened. Hi, welcome to Can a Spader Christmas. Yes, we're working on the enclosure today, but in a more serious note. So we're starting out with this. It's looks like wood. It's made out of plastic or PVC, 1/2 inch by 6 inches by 10 feet, or used to be. I have cut some off since then. I was using this blade on my table saw. It is a 10-inch blade, 80 teeth. I will not show you the manufacturer because it is not appropriate for this channel. It makes a 1/8 inch cut in the material that you're sawing through, which is perfect because the acrylic sheets that I have are 1/8 inch thick. I also got a couple of these from my local plastics supplier. Had them cut about 7 inches by 26. I was probably going to have to cut off about maybe a 1/4 inch, 6.3 millimeters from this side and from this side. I drilled holes in the bottom panel about every 4 inches or about 10 centimeters. In case any moisture gets in there, it can drain out. I want to put something in the bottom that will kind of push out on the panels. I'll also do something on the top to make them stick out a little bit. So we need something that is about a little less than 3 3/4 of an inch. So we'll start there. I have this piece of fascia board that's also made out of PVC, so we'll cut this down and see if that works. What I did in the back is cut a little piece that is just wide enough. There's a little bit of play in there, but it should hold it just right. And then this little shelf will slide in and out so I can mount the electronics onto here. Here's the bottom of the fascia board. I recessed these screws in for the power supply. Power supply is mounted sideways. The beagle bone is mounted on some standoffs. I have a little thing for the power cord. So this thing should slide all the way in to my little Death Star thing here. To hang it, I did add these little eyelets, and they do go all the way through, which might be a little concerning. But I did put silicone in here before I screwed it in, so hopefully that will provide enough seal. We'll find out. I'll test that out later, because over here it's probably not as bad. It's not dripping on anything, but over here it'll drip right down into the power supply. Now you can probably see this gap. It's not horrible, but it is a gap. So I either don't have these angles cut correctly, or this is too long and it's pushing it out this way. I'm probably going to go ahead and seal this top part up with silicone anyway, just to make sure that moisture doesn't get down in there. If anybody, any woodworkers knows what my problem is, let me know and I may be able to make an adjustment. And you probably don't have to do this, but I'm going to countersink these holes so that the screws will go in flush. I'm using these flathead screws. Beautiful. I also put one of these little things in there to separate the panels out, and on this side I actually just sanded down this little bit so when you push it in it'll kind of push them apart, because the rest of them you'll have access to all of them. The other piece of this is, I don't know about the power entrance. I don't know if I'm just going to drill a hole in this and put it through there. I don't love that idea, but that may be how it goes. And I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but why are we building the enclosure in the first place? Well, because none of this stuff is waterproof. So the panels are rated for indoor use only, so there has to be some kind of enclosure to protect them from the elements. The other thing is, you may have already noticed, I joined these panels together with the kit that I got was a 2x2 kit, and it came with some mounting brackets, so I just chopped them up and made my own mounting brackets out of them. I did leave enough space so that that shelf could slide underneath, and if I wanted to put something here I could. I've also heard that people joining them with hot glue, so really whatever you want to do. I had these, I thought I'd use them, so here it is. The way I'm going to use this is in standalone mode. In other words, it's going to be programmed not really as part of the show. It's going to be its own thing. I'm not going to be sending any data to it. It'll have the same schedule as the rest of the show, but no data is going to go to it. I still need to work on the poll. That's probably going to be a couple of weeks away. If you have any questions about how I put this together, leave them below and I'll answer them. I will include a link to the board that I used. I hope you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. And all the dogs run. And we have a Jet flying over. There's so many cars going by.